Welcome back. I'm Jill with the carefreekitchen.com, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my recipe for cornflake chicken. Now, I can't take the credit actually for this recipe. This is one that my grandma used to make for years and years and years, and my grandma never used a recipe for anything, so I worked and reworked this recipe from what I remember watching her sitting on her counter. So this is a really fun and special recipe that I have been really excited to share with you guys. This chicken recipe is a recipe that you can use with bone-in chicken or boneless chicken, whatever you prefer. You can use chicken breasts or chicken thighs. I'm using a lot of chicken thighs today, and then also a couple drumsticks too. So basically whatever you have on hand, this will make this like really amazing crispy skin on the outside, and then it's like really tender and juicy, and it's loaded with flavor. And if you love shake and bake back in the day, this is like a leveled up version of that. So, without further ado, let's get started making our cornflake chicken. First, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. Okay, so the chicken that I'm using today, these are some chicken thighs, and these have the skin on. I went ahead and processed them, and then I cut off any extra skin or fat around it as well. You can use 2 to 3 pounds of chicken here, and this is maybe a little bit more than 2 pounds, which the recipe calls for, but these are bone in. So you can do this bone out or bone in. I'm choosing bone in today. And then I have some butter, just some melted butter, about a half a cup, and a couple cups of cornflakes. These are just the regular non-flavored cornflakes. Then I have some paprika. This is some garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. Okay, so to get started, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put the salt and pepper aside for a little bit later. I'm going to add in the onion powder and the garlic powder, and then also the paprika. Okay, there we go, and I'm just going to give that a little stir, and this we will add to the cornflakes in just a minute. Okay, so for my cornflake mixture, I am going to just use the bottom of a cup here and break up all of those cornflakes. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. So you don't need them like teeny tiny, but you do want those kind of broke up. Maybe I'll get a few more here. Okay, and then to that, I have my paprika, my onion powder, and my garlic powder. I'm just going to add that, and then just use my hands to kind of mix it all in. Okay, and then to prepare my pan, I'm just gonna spray it with non-stick cooking spray. And so I'll take the chicken, and I want to just kind of dredge it in the butter. There we go. Let the excess fall off. And then I just want to lightly coat it in the cornflake mixture. So this is what it should look like. Okay, and we're just gonna go ahead and do that with all of our chicken here. Just get it all nice and covered there. Perfect. Okay, and then I will just continue to do this until everything is all coated in the butter and then the cornflake mixture. Okay, this is what my chicken looks like. It's ready to bake. If you have any spots that aren't covered well, you can certainly put more cornflakes on there. So I have just like a little bit left here. You know, you can sprinkle a little bit more on to make sure it's covered, but mine looks pretty good. Now we're gonna bake it in a preheated 350 degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. Since it has the bones in it, it's gonna take a little bit more time to cook. So be sure to use an internal thermometer and make sure it gets to 165 degrees against the bone if you can. Okay, and one last thing I forgot to do, I'm going to salt and pepper my chicken, because so far it just has spices on it. So, you know, half a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon of salt, and then also some pepper right there on top before we bake it. Okay, here is my baked cornflake chicken. It's tender, it's juicy, it's crispy on the outside. It has that amazing chicken skin that's been crisped up in the oven. And then because it's chicken thighs, it's so tender and juicy in the middle. This is one of the best baked chicken recipes everyone in the family will love. All right, so to serve with this cornflake chicken, we love a great mashed potato recipe. You could also do a baked mac and cheese recipe, a simple side salad, or some side vegetables. I have lots of great side dish recipes on my website at thecarefreekitchen.com, so you can check those out there if you'd like. Thank you so much for watching my rendition of this amazing cornflake chicken that my grandma used to make. I just love it so much, and she was one of my favorite people, so this is a really fun and special recipe that I have been really excited to share with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.